Okay, this is my first video. I'm Bruce, my dog Buster, and you can't see Black Shadow back there. This is what we call living in the lot. Lot living off-grid. We're in a parking lot, a Walmart overflow lot, and we move around and stay low profile, keeps us out of trouble. Don't bother us. I would go up and show you my solar system, but it's just too damn hot outside. But I'll show you everything I'm running first. I'm running this fan, that blower, another fan in the bathroom, another fan on my charge controller down here, and another fan behind this fridge, and this one back here on the swamp cooler. And yet I am still in float mode on my charge controller, and I'll show you that right now. That's the remote view, and pushing 122 volts at 1.3 amps. It's converting it into 13.7 volts at 11.5 amps. The little light switch is for a fan on the charge controller itself down below. This thing is pretty informative. Cost a couple $100 for the charge controller and the meter. That's not bad, but it tells you pretty much everything. The temperature of the controller is good. So I have the fan. I'm pushing 158 watts out of a possible 750 watts. And the battery's fine. And I've charged up 2.21 kilowatt hours today. And look how many kilowatt hours I've charged up this year. Whoa. But okay, let me keep going all the way up to everything. Back to the mainstream. Okay, let me get down on the floor here. Show you the actual charge controller itself. That's it right there. I have that cooling fan on there. Is that even working? Yeah, it's working. Okay. Yeah, that's the charge controller. I have all the wires coming in, and I actually, since I'm in an RV, I put that solenoid on there, which shuts off the solar power going to the charge controller when I turn the ignition on, so I don't screw up anything trying to charge with my alternator and solar at the same time. And then you can see my inverter there. That plug goes directly to my, well, indirectly to my electric panel up here, which I'll show you. And I blew out the inverter once when I plugged in. So what I did was I hooked up a three-way switch up here. So this, when it's down, it's on inverter power, and when I flip it up, it's on shore power, they call it. And then I have a breaker for my solar in case I have to shut it off. And everything works great. This is a fantastic fan, vent fan, best fan they make. This is probably the $130 model. But the reason why it's the best, it puts out about 1,000 CFM, but only uses 2.5 amps, compared to this little blower motor I got from a heater, which you can see it better right there. That pulls about 3 amps, but puts out a lot of air. And the reason why it's there is I got this swamp cooler back here, and it's also a fantastic vent fan. But instead of buying the whole vent and everything, they make a box fan also. So I just bought a box fan and took the motor and blade out and converted it into this swamp cooler for 12 volt. So it's pushing 1,000 CFM too. I have a switch up there. The pump that pumps the water through the pad is a 12 volt fountain pump. It uses like 0.25 milliamps, something like that. It doesn't use any power. And I mean, I'm running lights. I got more lights. Probably see better. I'm watching TV. I'm using all the power we want, and it's 100 degrees outside, and dogs are sleeping. No panting at all. We're cool, huh? Oh, kids. We're cool. Anyway, I just wanted to upload this first video, show my brother-in-law Matt what we got going on. Life on the lot. But we're living good. And talk later.